So it's an honor to be here speaking with you today about some of the most complex and pressing challenges facing not only archaeology, but humanity as a whole in the 21st century. We're experiencing a series of climatic and environmental changes that are unprecedented in terms of time frame and overall impact. And today we're going to hear from a variety of scholars and experts on the ramifications of climate change, mostly dealing with the impacts of sea level rise and natural disasters on archaeological sites and cultural landscapes. Discussions regarding the impacts of climate change on archaeological resources have been ongoing for decades, and responses to these threats tend to be reactive due to the needs of actively eroding sites. There is, however, a strong necessity to prepare for, rather than react to, the erosion of these archaeological sites, both terrestrial and submerged. Not all sites are affected equally by inundation. Some may undergo only nominal changes, while some may actually be destroyed. Some may benefit from additional protections, such as construction of living shorelines, or for some, no level of protections will help evade climatic destructive events. Detailed recordation and archaeological assessments are essential for baseline data compilation and response, and these assessments must take into consideration the long-term curation and conservation of artifacts from these sites. Submerged cultural resources engender complex conservation needs and tend to be more perishable once exhumed from their submerged environment. These objects require specialized and often long-term treatment methods, and this in turn has an impact on lab space and staff time, requiring prioritization of object treatments, and archaeologists need to carefully consider conservation requirements when planning to recover these objects. Florida has one of the longest continuous coastlines in the country, as well as a massive interworking of rivers and cavern systems. So needless to say, climate-driven impacts greatly influence our Bureau's mission and role in site preservation. The Bureau of Archaeological Research is responsible for the statutory duties as defined under chapters 267 and 872 to protect, preserve, and promote the cultural resources of Florida. These potential climatic effects on sites are best determined through information gathered by a synthesis of data ranging from archaeological survey, site monitoring, underwater archaeological research, and geophysical mapping of sites already inundated, as well as artifact condition assessments and conservation techniques needed to preserve materials from these environments. We appreciate FPAN's efforts and collaboration through the Heritage Monitor Scouts program, funded under the state's special category grant, and their assistance to help monitor threatened sites before information is irrevocably lost. Efforts such as this and other climate-driven data aid our staff's work with agencies to develop land management plans and provide curatorial and conservation plans and guidance, provide protection and response to exposed burial sites, and prioritize at-risk properties for acquisition and survey. In the past few years alone, we have had a demonstrated increase in archaeological reportings due to storms or coastal erosion, which further highlights the benefits to resource managers to preemptively develop these management plans and to be proactive rather than reactive. In addition to protecting the past, it is also prudent that we learn from our predecessors' response to climate change. And in the context of archaeology, there are encouraging studies that examine how past societies adjusted to sea level rise and climate change, and how we as a society may learn from these peoples regarding our current and future situations. This is a hopeful way forward and bridges the notion that archaeological sites are not only important to learn from our collective past, but also can influence our future. Thank you.